Welcome back, guys. My name is the architect. Um, Welcome back to my series, the Project 2 series. I've seen that students are struggling with project ideas. They are constantly thinking, what shall I present? What shall I make for my final year? So this is a message to those students who are in their final year, and also the students who are in part 1, part 2. So if what I say does not resonate with you when you are part final, just know that it's reserved for the first year students or the second year students. So why is it important for us to choose a good project topic? Projects hold something like 45%, especially the final project for an engineering student. For an engineering student, that is too much. So it's important that you choose a good project topic. So the first thing that I'm going to point out to you is oftentimes when students are faced with problems, we often often go on Google and then try to find our solution. For example, right now you are struggling with this project topic. You have probably went on Google or Chrome and then type engineering projects. Trust me, I've done that too. And with time, I've learned to realize that it is a bad idea. Why is it a bad idea? When choosing a project topic, you need to choose something that solves a problem, especially in your country. So for those in Zimbabwe, what you need to do is to learn to identify problems that are being faced in Zimbabwe. That is the skill of an engineer. The skill of an engineer is to identify a problem and then solve it. So if you go on and Google a problem or Google a project, it is most likely hard for it to fit in the setup that you are planning on putting it. Okay, so seek to solve problems in Zimbabwe. That shows that you are capable of finding problems and solving them. Okay, and it shows that you are authentic. You did not just Google a project. For example, I'll give you this example. It's not aligned to electrical engineers, but I want you to understand this example. Have you ever noticed that each and every time we have an agricultural show, people stand in long lines to buy tickets? People uh, uh, People are frustrated those days. They are always in long lines trying to find tickets. But if you think about it, really, the technology has advanced in such a way that we should not be finding people in lines. What am I saying? You could think about something like a online payment, whereby the people pay online and then they are given a QR code, so that every time they get in the to watch a game or they get in the agricultural show, they just scan their QR code and then end. So that is the kind of solutions that we need in Zimbabwe. We need solutions for Zimbabwe. Okay, become identified. It's your skill or your ability to see a problem where others are not seeing and solving it. Okay. So the third thing that I'm going to talk about is, if you went for attachment, for those who are still in first year or second year, if you get a chance to go to attachment, that is the time for you to start looking for problems in that company, especially big companies like Coca-Cola or Peps, etc. If you get a chance to go there, or even Zesa, during your trips, uh, that during your attachment, you need to be identifying what is it that can be done better. Which of these processes can I automate? What can I do to help electrical engineers? work become easy? How can I make their work easy? That is something that you have to constantly think about. Okay, so let's get to the next point. So a good project topic is the one which improves a solution which is already there. So it does not necessarily mean that you should think of something out of the blue. You should discover something like Newton discovered gravity. No, some of the solutions that we need in Zimbabwe are already implemented in other countries. So when you find a problem in Zimbabwe, you can also try to check how are they solving it in the UK. I can always give an example of InDrive. InDrive stemmed from Uber, which was in the United States. How the guy did is just that he just noticed that there's a gap in Zimbabwe, and yet that gap has been filled in the United States. So what I need to do is to transfer this solution. But if I transfer this solution, I should make I should make sure that it meets the criterion or it fits perfectly in Zimbabwe. So that is what we just did. So you don't necessarily need something totally new. You can always work with solutions that are there and then improve them. And then the other point is you should seek to reduce cost. Each and every industry out there needs its cost reduced. Okay. So another thing is you should seek a solution that saves time and reduce labor. I want to give you an example of the tobacco farming process, how tobacco is farmed. If you have learned about it, farming tobacco is a tiresome process, and it is a bit hard to automate. But if you can do that, I promise you, you'll be recognized in Zimbabwe that you are someone who did something, because Zimbabwe is a farming country. I don't know if the English is correct. So you should also seek to improve efficiency and incorporate new technology, especially automation of electrical problems. If you are an electrical engineer, there are many processes that need automation. Sadly, I've given someone a topic, although they said that it is too hard, but I could have given an example of automating an electrical problem. You don't need to be hard on yourself. Each and every, have you ever noticed that when you go to the workshop, if you open your eyes, if you open your mind, you will see that some of the things that we did in this workshop can be done better. I can do this, I can do this, especially soldering, especially something like 3D printing, um, those process. There is room for improvement in those process, in those processes. Okay, and the solution that you can do is you should seek to reduce accidents in Zimbabwe. Okay, how can you do this? If you look at our CBD, we have those guys, Mushikashika guys. Those guys are causing accidents because you can see you can see him um, going at 180 kilometers per hour, and yet he is in one way going the opposite direction just to run away from the cops. You see, so you need a way of proving yourself. You need a way of trying to eliminate that. I'm going to give you this one. So what you can do is uh, at robots at every intersection where there are traffic lights, you can put sensors with object identification, or I don't know what you may choose to call it. Ike zvino tave nesystem yekuti inokwanisa kuona kuti iyo number plate chichi handiti. So if you can if you can make a device that can recognize a number plate, such that each and every car which passes on a robot inoonekwa yobva yatorwa madetails ayo, so that if it breaks marules, kana ikapfuura pane red robot, the crime can always be what recorded somewhere. Handiti unenge utori nedatabase rako warekodha, handiti each and every time munhu panobuda maharare, panopfuura nepatogeti, you make sure kuti hapachabhadharwi mafixed fares epamarobots aya. Munhu akubhadhara according to his or her what crime. Kana akapfuura pared robot, you add an incentive to that. Munhu akubhadhara more pama. So that is a good system. Some might say, hey, it is there in other countries. Yes, it might be there, but you can take that solution, improve it, make sure that it fits in Zimbabwe, and use and do that project. Then another thing is our robots or our traffic lights are not performing at best. So you should think about how can you make sure that the traffic lights don't just go off each and any time of the day. You may be passing through CBD and then the traffic lights are off. So this is a problem for you engineers to solve. Those traffic lights are waiting for you to solve. And then there is another example. If you have been doing your research, you see that a couple of years ago there was a solution which was brought about by a certain company. I don't know if it's Apple or so, about key tags. Everyone loses their key. So the concept was the key tag helps you locate the exact place where you have dropped your keys, be it in the house, be it outside. So what I can say is this process can be improved, but you need to think how. The key tag process, it can be improved and it can be implemented right here in Zimbabwe. So that is what I have for you today. I hope that everything that I've said, you find one or two things for you to carry inside your bag. Okay, then you need to subscribe, you need to click on the bell icon. So solutions should be solutions of your surroundings. You cannot solve problems from another country when you have problems in Zimbabwe. So always try to solve problems that are Zimbabwe oriented. Don't know if the English is right. So see you next.